Hey everyone, it's Ryan here with my review slash reactions to SummerSlam 2022, which took place on Saturday. I am recording this Monday. I was going to yesterday, but very busy day at work, so I was very tired when I got back. So we're going to go through the matches and everything that happened. So the first match of the show, Bianca Belair defeated Becky Lynch to retain the Raw Women's Championship in 15 minutes and 10 seconds. This was actually a really good opener. Bianca and Becky have really good chemistry together. I think this is third pay-per-view match together essentially. Like the WrestleMania one was great, this one was as well. The thing that's more interesting is what happens after the match. So Bianca's won, Becky leaves the ring, and then Bayley's music hits, and she comes out, and then it's not just her, it's Dakota Kai, and it's Io Shirai. Well, she's now Io Sky. Like the fucking what's it called? The Titantron still said Io Shirai, but I think it was like Corey Graves or Michael Cole went, "Oh, it's Io Sky," and I was like, "I'm sure she's Io Shirai. Like she's Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai." But apparently her new name is now Io Sky. It's not too bad. Like it's not a massive name change where they've gone from like Volta to Gunther, or what's not like LA Knight to Max Dupree, you know, that sort of thing. It's a tiny thing, and at least it still fits. Like you can go Kai and Sky, Sky and Kai, whatever. I don't know what they want to go with. But apparently they're now a trio, and it's called like Control, I think, is what they're going based on. There's still stuff to happen on Raw tonight. I was originally going to wait until Raw happened, because normally the SummerSlam, like the Raw after SummerSlam is a thing, as well as the Raw after WrestleMania. Which there'll be some other things which I'll probably get into, which might happen on the show, I don't know. But the three of them get in the ring, confront Bianca, then Becky comes back from out of nowhere and stands beside Bianca, sort of hinting at a face turn for Becky, which, you know, that I'm fine with that, because you now have three heels in Bayley, Dakota, and Io. You have Bianca, Becky, and maybe Asuka. You can do something there with Io Shirai. So that'll be interesting to see. The next match, Logan Paul versus the Miz. Oh God, I said that wrong. The Miz. It's because I was reading the Maurice afterwards. So I was going to go to the Maurice. Logan Paul defeated the Miz with Maurice and Ciampa by the side in 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, Logan Paul, if I thought he was great in the tag match, he was even better here in a singles match. Like, as much as I don't like the guy, he definitely knows how to wrestle in the ring. The moonsault off the apron was amazing to see. He fucking did a fucking diving elbow through the table, like the announce table from the corner. I was like, this is a fucking second match and he's doing that, fucking hell. Ciampa tries to get involved. The referee catches him in the act, tells him, like, basically ejects him from the ring. Ciampa gets a chair and goes, "No, I'm going to sit right here." So he sits down. Then AJ Styles' music hits, and they're all waiting like he's going to come through the the normal way. He actually comes through, the crowd. Phenomenal forearm off the barricade to Ciampa, and then Logan hits his own phenomenal forearm. Doesn't get the win though. Maurice tries to get involved. It doesn't work. Miz almost hits Maurice with Logan's Pokemon card thing that he's got. Then misses, and then Logan hits a skull cushion finale on the Miz to win. Again, really great show for Logan Paul here. Him and Bad Bunny have definitely raised the bar for celebrity wrestlers. Like, rather than come in and just be like, "Oh, I'm in a tag match, I'll do this thing for a minute." It's like, no, you literally have to get involved and do something here. But yeah, again, another really good match. Third match, Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States Championship. Pretty much a repeat of Money in the Bank. Theory trying everything to try and get the upper hand on Bobby Lashley. Bobby having nothing of it, but having none of it. Eventually gets a hurt lock in. Theory taps pretty much immediately. Bobby Lashley retains. Simple as that. Like I said, it's a very simple match. Next match, the Mysterios versus the Judgment Day in a no disqualification tag team match. Went 11 minutes and 5 seconds, with the Mysterios picking up the win. Mainly because it was the return of Edge. And it's sort of like rated R Superstar Edge. So basically he comes out of the whole Brood thing, there's a fire thrown, he comes out of it. But he's got like these shades on, this red leather jacket. like a black shirt with red text on it and all that stuff. He comes in, like attacks Damian Priest with a big boot, spears Finn Balor. I think Mysterio then gets a splash for the win. So yeah, Edge is now back and aligned with the Mysterios. Sort of makes sense. Edge and Rey were a tag team in 2002, and the whole history with Edge and the Judgment Day. So like I said, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Again, we'll see what happens on Raw. If like I know temporarily, like Liv was the sort of person against Rhea when it came to the Judgment Day, but maybe Beth Phoenix can come in here. I don't know. We'll have to see. The next match, Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. 10 minutes 40. Again, Pat McAfee's the other celebrity I'm thinking, where it's like he's literally elevated himself. So yeah, basically what happens in like the build-up actually comes into play in this. So Baron Corbin is doing his entrance. Halfway through, there's a chorus like singing bum-ass Corbin to him, and then they start doing Pat's new music, and I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. It's very generic, and you know, I kind of wish that he was able to keep Seven Nation Army, because yeah, this one just sounds generic as hell. But yeah, again, really good show by both of them. Yeah, they've got really good chemistry together. At one point, the ref gets knocked down, and Pat sees this as an opportunity to kick Pat in the balls, because twice Corbin's done that to Pat. And then yeah, eventually hits like the... Oh, there's an amazing bit for me. Like it's a low moment, but I thought it was amazing. So Pat goes for like his suplex off the corner. He then gets pushed off, does his backflip landing. He's like, yeah, I could do that. Immediately out of nowhere, the camera doesn't see it. Corbin drop kicks Pat straight into the corner. I was like, fucking it. Like, first off, Corbin did a fucking drop kick. Second, the way that it was like shot was amazing, because he's like, Pat's just going, yeah, no, I survived back. Immediately out of nowhere, bang, just hit by a drop kick. Yeah, eventually Pat does hit the Swanton for the win. Yeah, it's a good moment for Pat to get that over Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin and The Miz are very similar in the fact that they're very solid heels, that they could lose as many times as possible, but they're the old school heel, if you know what I mean, where like there's satisfaction in them losing, but they can always build themselves back up no matter how many times they lose. The next match is the Usos versus the Street Profits for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee. Again, it was a very solid match between the two of them. Like, a lot of moments where like there's a lot of kickouts, very similar to Money in the Bank. The main talking point comes towards the end. Montez Ford hits his frog splash. It might be called From the Heavens or something, because Michael Cole says that a lot. Oh yeah, definitely since Vince has gone, Michael Cole has become much better on commentary. You can tell he's a bit more loose and able to be himself. So yeah, so Montez hits his frog splash. He's writhing around in pain a bit because obviously the impact of it. He then gets the pin. Jeff counts to 2. Whichever one of you says it was kicks out, and Montez sits there and he's just enraged. He's looking at Jeff, and Jeff's like, Jeff Jarrett, a very good referee, by the way. He's like, it's a 2. It's just a 2. Like, you know, you took a while to get there. That's why it's a 2. And he's like, no, it was a 3. Come on, it was a 3, ref. Like, and all this stuff. He goes, no, it was a 2. Like, you know, if you got there quicker, maybe it was a 3. Eventually, he gets thrown over the barricade. Angelo then gets hit with both finishers and then the splashes. And Montez just can't make it in time because he has to climb over the barricade as well. So the Usos retain. And then, yeah, after the match, Usos are celebrating. You got Montez sat in the ring with Dawkins. Dawkins obviously is like distraught that they haven't won again, but Montez is enraged. You can just see the look on his face. He is so angry. So I'm thinking Montez is probably going to turn on Angelo on Monday. I don't know, but because obviously the thing for a while is everyone going, Montez is the next star. He's got that charisma. He's got that physique. He's got that athleticism to be like a major competitor. But he's stuck with Dawkins essentially, which is a bit harsh on Dawkins. Like Angelo's definitely improved over a couple of years, but you can definitely tell which one of the two is the breakout star. But yeah, the look on Montez's face, makes me think something's going to happen on Raw. I don't know what it will be, but we'll have to see. Next, we have Liv Morgan defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda. So this one went 4.5 minutes. It was pretty much Ronda just getting the best of Liv all the time. Liv get a couple of hold spots, doesn't really work. The armbar's been put on Liv a few times. Liv gets to the ropes. She's literally like, her arms like, ah. And then, like, the ref and the medical doctors literally like, are you sure you want to continue? Your arm's like completely messed up. She's like, no, I have to. I'm the champion. I need to do this. She goes again. Ronda gets the armbar on again, but then Liv puts it up into a pinning position. Counts to 3, but halfway through the 3, Liv taps, but the ref doesn't see it. So Liv gets the 3 and escapes. Very similar to like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe a while back. But yeah, Ronda then attacked Liv afterwards, solidifying her heel turn. But sort of the way Liv was celebrating before that, like Liv was smiling, like, yeah, I'm still the champion. It's like, is that a face thing to do? I'm sure she was aware that she tapped before the 3. Yeah, I get it's a way to protect both of them, and yeah, like a way to protect both of them, solidify Ronda's heel turn in it, which fair enough. Don't know where it'll go from here. I guess we'll have to wait for SmackDown. Maybe Liv Ronda again, because Ronda has a valid point of you tapped before the 3. Like, it becomes a thing now. Like, they've done it a couple of times, like with the Street Profits and Usos at Money in the Bank. They watch the replay on the TV, and then the ref does nothing about it. The ref is like, well, I've done it now. Like, decision's done. Like, what's stopping the ref going, actually, I did mess up. Come on, back in the ring. We'll restart it. So that's the same thing. Ronda's literally going, look, she tapped. She tapped at 2.5. And the ref's like, well, I've called the pinfall, blah, 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 I didn't see it. And it's like, well, you saw it now. Do something, I was joking with my friends about it. It's like, well, we got to get Jeff Jarrett for Liv versus Ronda 3 at the next pay-per-view, because, Jeff can seem to be a solid referee without messing up. And then finally, surprisingly only 23 minutes, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar's entrance, oh my god. So he comes out like normal, and then he goes to the side. I'm like, okay, there's a fucking tractor there, and he comes in with it. Well, I think it's more like a digger than a tractor or whatever. Comes with it, drives down the fucking ramp with it, gets to the end, and then he lifts the scoop on it, and then he stands on it for his entrance. Has a microphone, does his own entrance, like basically tells the announcer shut up, does his own entrance, throws the microphone at Roman. Roman, so casually, just a flick of the wrist, just catches it. Seriously, find it. It's Roman chokes Brock out at one point until he passes out, and then he still gets back up, and they're literally going, what do we have to do to put him down? And literally the whole thing is like Michael Cole screaming other thing, what, he's not human, how do you stop this man, blah blah blah. And as they keep beating him up, he's like, for the love of God, just count faster, you just have to. For me, the fact that the ref, despite the fact they were constantly still throwing stuff on top of him, he was still going 1, 2, 3. He should start. Basically, you have to start again if you because basically it's like if he's doing that, Roman the whole time could have just held him down in the sleeper hold or something, and basically just pressed on top of him, and then the ref could have counted that way. But yeah, it was oh yeah, Theory came out at one point, tried to cash in, failed miserably. But yeah, it kind of just soured the ending for me a bit, the fact that the referee didn't seem to know the rules. So that's 2 matches in a row where the referee's messed up. Like, at least one of them was storyline. This one, not so much. But yeah, and then, like, the nice thing about it is their last meeting ever. So hopefully it is the end of this. I am glad that there was some stipulation. But yeah, Roman Reigns is retained. And then yeah, that's pretty much how we end SummerSlam. Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed SummerSlam. I thought it was a really good show. I think WWE have, like, WWE, especially this year, low expectations on a show, it is much better to watch. Because I think the problem that I had with the Rumble was like, oh my god, who's going to win? Who's going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And then they just went with, like, the really boring, like, Ronda and Brock one. And it was really disappointing. Whereas for this SummerSlam, everyone was going, it's a bit average. It was actually a very solid show. So, you know, I think, like, having low expectations should be, not like a regular thing, but I think because, especially over the years, people are going, cool, about this, now I want this, now I want this. Oh, you didn't do this? Oh, well, you suck. You know, that's basically how it goes. So, like, I think if you kind of keep it at that bar, that way, if something's average, it's like, okay, it's sort of what I expected, but then, like, if something's good, then so yeah, like, I think people just sort of need to learn to lower their expectations, because, like, people build up stuff, like, especially when someone's like, we're going to announce this mystery person in, like, 3 weeks, and for weeks people go, it could be this person, it could be this person, it could be this person, oh, what if it's this, what if it's this, and then it's like someone that's, like, more reasonable, like, more understandable, and they go, oh, well, it's not who I wanted, you know. You kind of get that a lot with wrestling fans, unfortunately. And for me now, it's sort of spreading into movies, and because there's so much build-up to what's coming next, people are going to go, oh my god, it's going to be like this, and then when it's not, they go, oh, it's rubbish. And it's like, well, it's not. It's just, you thought way too much into it. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that ramble. SummerSlam winners. Bianca retained, Logan beat Miz, Bobby retained, Mysterios beat Judgment Day, Pat McAfee defeated Happy Corbin, the Usos retained, Liv Morgan retained, and Roman Reigns retained. So also, what that does mean as well, the fact that Roman won, is now going to be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle in Cardiff next month. I believe it's the 4th of September. And I'm going to it, so I'm very excited for that. I'm also intrigued to see what happens on Raw tonight. That one should be interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much the recap of SummerSlam. Thank you for watching this, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.